massive domains of devastation in those countries that will take hundreds of years to fix. So anyways, when Scar rules, everyone starves. That's a good way of thinking about it, or everyone dies, but that's okay because that's really what he's after anyway, so that works out quite nicely. Now back out here in paradise, I mean, look at him. How pathetic can you get? Look at the expression on that creature's face. He's sated like someone who's just eaten a gallon of ice cream, and he's got this pathetic, self-satisfied, naive, clueless, unconscious grin on his face, which the animators did a very nice job of capturing. Like, that's a complicated expression, and you just want to slap him, and that's exactly what should happen, and that's exactly what does happen. So anyways, he's out there being an unconscious dingbat. Well, his society is degenerating, and that's bloody well worth thinking about, because that's an archetypal trope, right? It's like things are sinking around you. The question is, what are you doing about it? Are you just staying in kind of a blithe unconsciousness because you can get your next meal, or are you going to wake up and do something about it? Well, that's the call of the self. So now we go back to Rafiki here, and he knows what's going on in the kingdom. He's a symbol of the self, and he also has some inkling that Simba is still alive. So the son of the king is still alive, despite the fact that the land has become ruled by a tyrant and the son is absent. He's still around somehow. And so from the Jungian perspective, there isn't much distinction between the self and the child. The self is the sum total of all possibility, and the child is possibility itself. And so let's say you've become an adolescent, you're all cynical, right? And everything's falling apart around you, which is the typical state of human beings, right? Because adolescents are cynical, generally speaking, and everything's falling apart around them, generally speaking. And so what do you have to do in order to do something about that? Well, one is you have to be drawn by the call of wisdom, and the other part is that you have to rediscover that part of yourself that's a childlike part, that's associated with the sun and associated with that early, the early exposure of Simba to the sun. You have to find that again, and then trust that some childlike exploration and a bit of manifestation of faith might get you to the next place. And so that's what's happening here with the little, the baboon in the tree and the drawing.